actuators are going to act on the actions. That is, any action is going to be given by that sensor. That action is going to be taken care of by the brain, and immediately the actuators are going to act for that action. So example for this is if there is a fire is there, if you take your hand towards that fire, it senses that it will going to get heat, and there is a chance of getting hurt with that. Then immediately take your hand out from that particular fire. How it is going to happen? Basically, it is going to happen because you will sense, the sensor is going to sense that there is a danger is there, and immediately that it goes to the brain, and the brain is going to get activated immediately, and it gives the information to the hand saying that come out, so take out from that particular point. So all these things are going to happen in nanoseconds, fraction of that is going to execute. Similarly, we are going to do the activities in the IoT like this, so that it is going to give the more effective way of execution in the IoT. The most commonly used classification is based on the energy types. So the actuators are classified based on the energy types. Mechanical actuators are examples for this: lever, screw, jack, hand cranks. And electric actuators, thyristor, bipolar transistors, diodes. Then electromechanical actuators are AC motors, DC motors, stepper motors. And electromagnetic actuators are electromagnetic and linear solenoid. Then hydraulic and pneumatic actuators are hydraulic cylinder, pneumatic cylinder, piston, pressure control valves, and air motors. Smart material actuators, which includes the magnetic actuators. So here it is a shape memory alloy, SMA, ion exchange fluid, then magnetic material, then bimetallic strip, piezoelectric bimorph. So these are the examples that you have to give it. Then micro and nano actuators, electronic motor, then micro valve, the combination combo drive. So many these things are going to be the examples basically. So still more examples are going to be there in that. So we have to study all these things in the step by step. So and whenever there is going to be asked for a specific one, the specific example has to be given. So that is a important thing here. For example, we may ask about the electromagnetic actuators. So you should write this electromagnet and linear solenoid only. If you change that, your marks is going to get deducted in that, because sensors are very important thing. Next, let us see about the smart objects. So here the smart objects are what transform everyday objects into a network of intelligent objects, is what the definition says. So they are able to learn from the internet, interact with their environment in a meaningful way. Already we discussed about this. Okay. Still one more example that will be one more meaning. It has been given. Smart objects in IoT comes from the being networked together rather than being isolated as standalone object. See, the smart objects in IoT comes from being networked together rather than being isolated as standalone object. Standalone objects are not called as smart objects. Another definition that it says. Okay. So this ability of communicate over the network has a multiplicative effect and allows for very sophisticated correlation and interaction between the disparate smart objects here. Disparate smart objects. Example for this is smartphone. That's what it is being shown over there. The sensors. The sensor is a standalone device that measures the humidity of the soil. It is interested in and useful. If the same sensor is connected as a part of the intelligent network, then that is able to coordinate intelligently with the activators to trigger irrigation system also. That it is going to show that how that next it should get forwarded. The data is collected, but what next? That intelligence is going to be provided by the smart objects. The smart objects, some definitions are there again. So this is a smart object that it is shown, which is going to have the power source. The characteristics of this smart object is power source, then tiny low power, low cost computer it is, sensors are there, actuators are there, communication devices are there. The smart object is a device that has a minimum and following four defining characteristics. One is the processing unit, where the smart objects has some type of processing unit which acquiring the data, processing and analyzing sensing information received by the sensors. That is essential thing it is going to be. Then coordinating control signal to any actuators and controlling a variety of functions of the smart object it is going to be. So collected, analyzed, then you should coordinate with the execution, which includes the communication and power systems. The specific type of processing unit that is the most common is a microcontroller based, because it's a small form factor, flexibility, programming simplicity, ubiquity, then a low power consumption and low cost. So these are the features of smart objects basically it is. Okay. So it is going to have flexibility, the program simplicity is there, ubiquity is there, low power consumption is there, and the cost is going to be very, very low. That's why the smart objects are nowadays popular. IoT is popular. The sensors and actuators, some definitions again. A smart object is capable of interacting with the physical world through sensors and actuators. Again, it says that a smart object can contain one or more, that is multiple sensors and actuators, depending upon the application. Maybe one, maybe two. Now you see in that mobile, so many sensors are going to be there. Whether we are going to use it or not, there are there. There's a trend in smart objects. Smart objects will have always it is an application dependent variability, but these are the broad generalization of the trends in this. First point, very, very important point, is impacting on the IoTs. Size is decreasing, very, very thin, okay, very, very small. That is going to be usually, cameras are going to be there nowadays. Very, very small cameras, powerful cameras are going to be very clear. DPIs are going to be more. And one more thing is that usually they will be going to use these things in the security purposes. They will be going to use it. Then next is power